Welcome to another episode of Olympus Mons, a music review program. Today I want to take a look at the 2020 release from a symphonic slash death metal band called IGNEA. And I may be, of course, pronouncing that incorrectly. They're a Ukrainian band. So this will also be the first foreign band that I've done a review of. The album that I'm reviewing is called the Realms of Fire and Death. And this is what it looks like here. Here's kind of the inside here. So as you see, it comes in a jewel case, or a slip case, not a jewel case. Now, I've been wanting to discover some new symphonic metal bands for quite some time. So I searched out some symphonic metal bands on YouTube, and that's how I came across IGNEA. So after giving them a listen, they kind of lean more toward the death metal end than the symphonic metal end, but there are definitely some symphonic elements there. And I went on their website to check out their music, and they were offering a bundle of all three of their albums, one EP and two LPs for $30, and shipping even to the United States was only $5. So especially with shipping that cheap, I figured it was a great time to go ahead and check out their music. Now, this album here is actually a concept album. It follows a story. Unfortunately, unlike the album that I reviewed by Glass Hammer, the story is not actually contained in the booklet itself. They actually have produced a kind of a companion book that goes along with the album. So because of that, I don't exactly know what the story is. Most of the songs, of course, are in English, but there are two songs that they sing in a different language, one in Ukrainian and one in Icelandic, which I don't have a problem with, of course, but that also means that it's a little more difficult to, of course, I can't understand the lyrics that are being sung, but it also makes it even more difficult to follow the story. And so because of that, I'm not going to go through the songs really song by song like I usually do, but just kind of give a general overview of them. There are 9 songs on the album that pertain to the story, and then there's a 10th track, which is actually the Ukrainian song, but sung in English. The song is called Black Flame. And so track 2 on the album is Black Flame sung in Ukrainian, and then track 10 is just the same song, Black Flame, but sung in English. So the members of the band, and I'm a little hesitant to read the names because I know that I'm going to get the pronunciations wrong, but you have Hel Bogdanova on vocals, Evgeny Zitinyuk on synths, Dmitry Vinichenko on guitars, Xander Kamishin on bass guitar, and Ivan Kolmogorov on drums. And then there's Max Morton, who's a guest musician who also produced and I believe recorded the album for the band. He does additional keyboards and guitars, folk instruments, choirs, and backing vocals. And then you have another guest musician, Vladislav Osedichai, on viola. And again, I really apologize for mispronouncing those names. So yeah, the songs, of course, are real heavy, and all of the musicians are very good. But I think the two standout musicians, at least for me, are the vocalist and the drummer. The drummer plays some pretty complicated parts, and I caught some live videos of them on YouTube, and the drummer just playing those complicated parts is just acting like it's nothing, like it's just, he obviously has good form, and it doesn't even look like he breaks a sweat playing all those parts, and he's just a really, really natural looking drummer. And the vocalist goes between singing clean vocals and growls. Now, I'm not a huge fan of growling vocals, so so that aspect of metal bands are kind of my least favorite aspects of them. But the lead singer has a wonderful, wonderful, clean voice. She has a very, very beautiful voice, and you can tell that she really takes care of her voice too, because even on the same song, she can move from growling vocals to clean vocals without any trouble whatsoever. I think of myself like if I'm trying to growl a vocal like that, and then I want to speak normally again, I feel like I'm going to have to clear my throat before I do. But she can just make that transition like it's nothing. Now, I'm sure in the process of recording the album, she would do the growling vocals on one take, and then do the clean vocals on another. But at least that's what I'm assuming. I'm not sure if that's exactly how you do it, because I know that's usually how they record guitars. They record clean guitars and then record distortion on another take. But like I said, I went and caught some live video of them in which she actually moves from the growling to the clean vocals in the same song, without doing different takes. And she just does it flawlessly. It's really, really excellently done. So there is one song on the album that's just growled the whole way. The song Too Late to Be Born is all growling. And so that one is actually sort of my least favorite song on the album, just because growls are not usually my thing. They do have one, the song Gods of Fire has a really, really cool extended keyboard and guitar solo there at the end. So that's one that definitely stands out to me. But they also have one that's a little bit on the softer side called What For, in which they really utilize all of the extra instruments and kind of has some Middle Eastern elements to it, and a couple other of the songs too. And the last song before the English version of Black Flame is called Disenchantment, which has a really cool string intro and outro, which I'm assuming is played by the keyboardist. And like I said, they have a song that they sing in Icelandic also. Again, I don't speak Ukrainian or Icelandic, so I don't really understand the lyrics of those songs. But I don't think I've ever heard a rock song sing in Icelandic, and it's a very nice language, and she sings it wonderfully. So I can't really speak much to the lyrical content of the song, but she really, really sings it well. So not really much more to say about this album, just because, number one, there are a couple songs sang in a language I can't understand, but also it follows a narrative which is not expressed in the book. Perhaps when they release a new album, I'll probably get that album and buy the book that comes along with it. And who knows, maybe I'll revisit this album when I can actually read through the story and then read the songs along with the story. So that's IGNEA. I would say they definitely get a recommendation from me, especially if you're into growling vocals, which I'm not especially, but she does enough clean vocals, and her voice is really, really, really nice. Quite a beautiful voice, and that kind of I don't know what the word is. Not overpowers, but it kind of I can tolerate the growling vocals just because of how good and excellent her clean vocals are. So if you're looking for a good symphonic / death metal band to check out, I would definitely recommend IGNEA. And their shipping is real cheap, $5 to the United States, and I don't know how much longer their $30 for all of their music is going to last. So might as well check it out. So that's all I have for today. I do plan on doing 2 more recordings this week. One, I want to do a top 5 best and worst albums that I listened to this year. And then the second one I want to do is just kind of a retrospective of all the albums that I listened to this year. In the top 5 best and worst, I'll give a little mini review of the albums I haven't touched on yet. And then in the 2020 retrospective, I'll do even more mini reviews of the albums I listened to that I haven't given a full review for and didn't do a mini review for in the top 5 best and worst. So have you heard of IGNEA? Do you like their music? Let me know in the comments below. And if you have any other recommendations for symphonic metal bands, feel free to drop them down there in the comments. Also, let me know. I'd love to check out more. So I hope you had a Merry Christmas, and hopefully looking forward to the new year in 2021. Hopefully that year will be looking up for us as well.